naturalists. We are back with some nature time adventures from home, and I hope all of you doing homeschooling and virtual learning out there get to use these videos to help inspire you and give you ideas for how to get outside and connect with some nature. Now, I moved to Pennsylvania this summer, so the space you're seeing behind me is different from the space that you've seen in other videos. And since I'm in a new place and you are all starting a new school year, I thought we could kick off our time together with a Are You a New Naturalist video and kind of help you kickstart your year in a fun way. Now, whenever I start out in a new place or with some new people in nature study, I like to start by getting to know the space around me. So really all this means is taking a nature walk, but I'm gonna take a specific kind of nature walk. I'm gonna take a walk where I practice my awareness and observation. I'm gonna look for landmarks and give them names so that I can make a mental map of my space around me and know my place a little bit better. Now, you've seen this in other videos, but I really want to kick off our school year with some good ways to practice awareness in the woods. So whenever you go out on your nature walk, there's a few things we have to put on. And especially for this walk, when we're going around, and naming our spaces, which is what I hope you do at home, we want to have these tools at the ready. Now, the first helps us see really well. So make 2 tubes with your hands, put those up to your eyes. These are our owl eyes. These tubes help us focus our vision a little bit better, see things up close. Kind of like binoculars. Oops, sorry, Charlie. And if you wear these, you'll spot more things in the woods. You'll notice cool notices. And you can maybe see things that are far away more up close. Now, we don't just want to see things. We also want to hear things. Can you think of an animal who has really keen hearing and they wander the woods, but the slightest rustle makes them perk up and listen? A deer, that's who I'm thinking of. We wear deer ears in the forest to help us listen as intently as a deer. And deer ears can move, they can tilt, they can listen for the slightest breeze going through the trees or the hum of an insect. Now, to add to our owl eyes and our deer ears, I like to put on a bear nose. Bears can smell all sorts of things, and we may need to sniff things out in the woods. Yes. So plop that bear nose on. Practice your sniffs. Give that bear nose a good work with some sniffs, and then when you're ready to head out, you want to make sure you're sneaky. So you have your owl eyes, you have your deer ears, and your bear nose. But to be sneaky, we put on fox feet. Now this is simple. All you do is slip those fox feet over your own feet, and then you try to walk as quietly as you can. There may be crunchy leaves on the ground, but I'm focused. I'm trying to make as little sound as possible because I want to see everything that I possibly can. I don't want the noise of my footprints to scare off a group of deer or scare away a bird. I want to be part of the forest. So put those tools on and then go for a nature walk and name some spaces. I'm gonna do the same here and I'll take you along with me. Let's go. All right, naturalists, so this is gonna be one of the landmarks in my space. This is a tall, tall hemlock tree with large, long branches that make almost a little like protection cover, a little umbrella in the ground right underneath. You can see it's really, really well covered by those branches. Now, I happen to know that deer love to use spaces like this in the winter. They'll crawl under those trees, take a little deer nap, and it's perfect because it protects them from the snow. So I'm gonna name this space Old Deer Nap Hemlock. And anytime I come out, I'll notice this hemlock and I'll know this is Old Deer Nap Hemlock and I'm on my trail. All right, naturalists, we're moving along the trail and we're coming up to another landmark. Here it is. This funky tree caught my eye right away. It kind of reminds me of a witch's hair. It's spindly, it's kind of creepy looking. This is witch hair tree. All right, naturalists, this is why you need to have your owl eyes on when you're out adventuring. Look what I saw. All right, turn your owl eyes on. I'm gonna see if you notice what I notice. Just gonna kind of scan the area here. Oh, there's my tripod for my camera. Oh, hope those owl eyes are on. Do you notice this skull? Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna take a closer look at this skull, but this is exactly the kind of thing you get to see when you have your owl eyes turned on. Now, this space right here is a landmark, but it's also a really important part of my nature walks. I always find an offering stone or an offering stump along my nature walks. And this is my offering stone here in my new nature neighborhood. I chose this big rock because I can notice it easily. And if I'm ever using mushrooms or I find acorns, I'm gonna bring it to this rock and give it as an offering back to the squirrels and the chipmunks and the other critters who might like a little snack. It's important to me to do this because I'm so grateful for my time in the woods, but I know that I'm using someone else's home. So find an offering stone or an offering stump in your own nature neighborhood and make it part of your nature walk routine. All right, naturalists, one more landmark. Right behind me is my grandmother tree in my backyard. This is the biggest tree that I've been able to find back here. There may be bigger ones, but I haven't found them. So I'm gonna call this tree Grandmother Tree. She's old, she's grown so tall, and I can notice her really easily in the woods. Look at how tall she is. I don't think I even made it to the top. So those are my landmarks on my nature walk. And if you're getting started this school year, I hope that you do the same. Go out there on a nature walk, use your owl eyes, your deer ears, your bear nose, and your fox feet, and start naming spaces around you. Now, I hope that you go out and do this, and while you're doing it, maybe start thinking of a nature name for yourself. This can be any animal that lives in your area that you love, or maybe you and this animal share some of the same characteristics. But your whole family can choose nature names, and you can use those on your nature adventures. So have fun out there, naturalists. Start setting up some routines, start setting up your place, and I'll see you soon. Ooh, 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 ooh. Bye. Bye, everybody.